What is activated charcoal, and is it good for anything? I'm on a quest to find out. Hi there, everyone. I'm Jeff, and this is Plain English, where we help you upgrade your English with current events and trending topics. By listening to these topics, you'll expand your vocabulary and learn how to express your best ideas in English. And if you like the audio lessons, the website is full of great resources that you can use to make faster progress in English. Things that can help with your listening, your pronunciation, your vocabulary. It's more than just a podcast, and lots of your fellow English students know it. Well, you can find today's lesson at plainenglish.com/561. JR is the producer, and he has made sure that the transcript, the video, exercises, translations, all that stuff is up there at plainenglish.com/561. Coming up today, activated charcoal. You see it in toothpaste, face wash, cupcakes, and even textiles. But what is it, and does it make any difference at all? In the second half of the audio lesson, I'll show you how to use the English expression come across, and we have a song of the week. Let's get going. I was wandering the aisles of Walmart the other day when I came across a funny product. It's a washcloth made with activated charcoal. And it reminded me that before I came to Mexico last year, I kept seeing activated charcoal in more and more personal care products. Toothpaste, face wash, bars of soap. You can even buy it as a pill or a powder. But this was the first time I had seen it in a fabric, so I decided to investigate. Activated charcoal, or activated carbon, it's the same thing. It's a form of carbon. It starts as wood, sawdust, or coconut shells. It's then treated with oxygen and heated to a very high temperature. The result is a fine, dark gray, almost black powder called activated charcoal. This activation process does two important things. It strips the carbon of all other molecules, so it's free of impurities. And second, it makes the molecules porous. Porous means it has a lot of holes in it. And because it has a lot of holes in it, it has a large surface area. In fact, just 3 grams of activated charcoal has the same surface area as a football field. That's hard for me to get my head around, but it's true. The important property of activated charcoal is this. It can bind to toxins in your system. So that means that toxins, things you don't want, they get attached to the activated charcoal. And since your body doesn't digest activated charcoal, the charcoal and the toxins attached to it just pass out of your system the same way everything else passes out of your system. Now, one of the most important uses of activated charcoal is as an antidote to poisoning or drug overdoses. It's most effective in the first few hours after ingesting a harmful substance, and it doesn't work on everything. Charcoal doesn't help with alcohol, for example. But doctors and emergency medical technicians can use activated charcoal pills and powders to neutralize the negative effects of some poisonous substances. Because activated charcoal binds to toxins, it can also do some of your kidneys' work for you. Now, most people's kidneys have plenty of capacity and they don't need this extra help. But if you have kidney disease, activated charcoal can help intercept some toxins before they reach your system, relieving your kidneys of some work. Charcoal can bind to gas, so some people find that taking activated charcoal in powder or pill form can help reduce intestinal gas and bloating. Activated charcoal can also be used to filter water so that you drink fewer impurities in your water. All of this is supported with evidence. Activated charcoal also has a number of other, alternative uses that are not backed up by any type of scientific or medical studies. I'm not saying they're untrue. I'm only saying they are not proven. People use activated charcoal face wash and skin treatments to supposedly remove toxins in the skin. It's also available in toothpaste to bind to plaque and other compounds that can stain your teeth. Other products claim it will treat insect bites, prevent hangovers, and clear your skin. But there is no scientific evidence to support these claims. Well, why is it in a washcloth? The claim is that bacteria in the cloth won't grow as fast as it would otherwise, so the washcloth is cleaner and more sanitary. I guess. And then you knew this was coming. There's Instagram, cocktails, cupcakes, ice cream, all made with activated charcoal with a distinctive dark gray color. They're popular on Instagram because they look distinctive. Food is not generally dark gray, so if you make a dark gray cocktail with a bright yellow wedge of lemon, it looks interesting. But when I was reading about activated charcoal's legitimate, scientifically proven ability to bind to toxins and flush them out of your system, I also started to wonder something else. Does activated charcoal bind to nutrients and flush legitimate, healthy nutrients out of your system? Well, here we go. A quote straight from the head of a pharmacy program at Ohio State University. He says, activated charcoal has very potent binding properties, so it can bind to everything in your stomach. It can bind to vitamins or other good nutrients and to medications, making those medications less effective. So there you have it. Now the good news is, if you have an activated charcoal washcloth, it's not going to make your medications less effective. And putting it in a face wash or a toothpaste is probably harmless. But before taking it as a supplement or using it in food, I would ask a real doctor and make sure that this is a good idea for you. Americans will pay for anything. They will believe any marketing claim. So I was not surprised to see this in the US. One company called a charcoal wash sense of irony. But Mexico, I don't know what it is, but I'm starting to see activated charcoal this, activated charcoal that here in Mexico until, as I said, I saw a washcloth in Walmart and I said, this is too much. I told JR about it and he said, I don't even know what an activated charcoal washcloth would look like. And I said, just picture a normal gray colored washcloth with a much higher price tag attached. Now I'm going to show you how to use the expression come across. To come across something is to encounter it, to find it, to see it without looking for it. It's either unexpected or it's by chance. When I go to Walmart, I'm not a very disciplined shopper. I just kind of wander around. I get the stuff I go in for, but I also walk up and down the aisles for a few minutes. And when I was doing that, I needed to get mosquito repellent. I was in the general aisle of personal care, and I came across a washcloth made from activated charcoal. I wasn't looking for it, believe me. I didn't even know it existed. But I saw it, I found it unexpectedly and without trying. So we say, I came across an activated charcoal washcloth in Walmart. JR was flipping through some channels on TV last month, and he came across a baseball game being played and televised. And he asked me, what is this? Because our American and Canadian Baseball League had not yet started. It was something called the World Baseball Classic, which is kind of like a World Cup, but for baseball. JR wasn't looking for this, but he did find it. I moved recently. I told you that. I moved from Chicago to Mexico, and I came here with 5 suitcases. And back in Chicago, I had a pretty big apartment. And so I had the important job of going through all my stuff and filtering out what I wanted to take, what I wanted to put in storage, and what I wanted to get rid of. And during that process, I came across a lot of old stuff that I really am glad that I kept, but that I had forgotten about. So I was cleaning out my closets and found boxes. I opened the boxes, and inside were things that brought back good memories. Now remember, I wasn't looking for those things. I was just trying to see what boxes to put in storage and what not to, but I did find them, and they brought back good memories. You can use come across with a person too. Here are two things that are funny that have happened to me. I was walking in the center of Mexico City, and I came across someone wearing a t-shirt that had the name of my hometown in Connecticut. I grew up in a town called Brookfield, Connecticut. It has a population of about 18,000 people, and it was even smaller when I lived there. It's not a tiny town, but by no means is it big. But I came across someone in Mexico City wearing a t-shirt from my hometown, and I asked him where he got it and if he's been to Brookfield, and he said he got it at a second-hand store. Oh well. Well, then I came across someone who was wearing a t-shirt that said Wawa. Now this is even stranger. Wawa is a chain of convenience stores and gas stations in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and it has a cult following. People love Wawa. Well, there was a Wawa on 15th Street in Allentown, Pennsylvania, just down the street from my college, and it was open 24 hours. So we'd go there for sandwiches or snacks or coffee at any time of the day or night. Well, I guarantee you, I didn't walk out of my house that day thinking I'd find someone wearing a Wawa t-shirt, but I did come across someone, and I asked him, "Have you been to Wawa?" And it turns out he has, and he likes it, and he also went to a small college in Pennsylvania, not far from mine. So you see, in all these cases, you find something or someone that you are not looking for, or you find something that you didn't even know was there. And that is how you use come across. Now it's time for JR's Song of the Week. He has selected Where Is My Mind by the Pixies. This played in the final scene of the movie Fight Club. The frontman is the most popular, well-known member of a band. The frontman, Black Francis, said he wrote the song after going scuba diving and being chased by a small fish. Well, on that note, we will say goodbye for today. Thank you for making plain English a part of your English studying routine. A lot of you listen in the car, you listen at home. One listener told me the other day she listens while pushing the stroller with her newborn. I told her, play it out loud, get the kid started early. He won't understand it, or she, but get them started early listening to English. It can only help. But if you have a little more time to dedicate to English and you want to interact a little more with us, then you can find some great resources on our website at plainenglish.com. And this lesson is at plainenglish.com/561. We'll be back with number 562 on Monday. See you then.